Hello, Noah here, and welcome back to Conflict of Interest. Last time, we got to explore the internet, which is really fucking cool, by the way. Such a cool concept to actually make that like a physical location that you could explore. But last time we talked to the masked woman, we got to break her psyche locks, got to break Books' psyche locks, and then we also talked to Agent Smith. I can't remember his actual name. Hold on.
Nathan Togamera.
Yeah. We talked to that guy last time, and he was not at liberty to discuss a lot of things, but he was at liberty to discuss some things, I guess. But, yeah. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start this trial.
Oh wow, this is the Dual Destinies lobby music.
Yeah.
Still so weird hearing the 3D games music in this. Okay, all right. I can't wait to get started.
Unfortunately, Mr. Books, it won't be that exciting. All you're really going to be doing is waiting by the bench for a few hours.
Oh no!
Okay, well, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
I think they're about ready for us, Nick.
Maya, you look awful. Damn, Phoenix, thanks. You look like you didn't get a wink of sleep last night.
I know. I didn't.
Really? Why not?
I stayed up browsing AF.
Oh my god. You did? Was this related to the case?
At first it was. Then I realized that I had spent 8 hours online and gotten nothing accomplished.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
Just like the rest of us.
Yep, that'll happen. Just remember in the future that there's such a thing as moderation.
I know! It happened to me 6 times!
Oh god. Wrong kind of moderation, Maya.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I fall asleep during the trial today.
Please don't. I have a feeling Williamson wouldn't take too kindly to that.
Yeah,
Ugh.
like his opinion of us can't get worse.
Court is now in session for the trial of Edmund Books. The defense is ready. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I trust that you two are prepared. Let's hear your opening statements. Your Honor, the victim was one Walter Webb. He was reported shot in his bedroom early in the night. The defendant was the one accused. We have a witness who saw the crime. But sadly, there was very little in the way of evidence this time. Due to a fire, much of what we might have found is destroyed. A fire? How awful. Yes, the house caught fire shortly after his death. It's a miracle we still have a somewhat intact crime scene. However, despite this, the prosecution will still be able to prove that the defendant Edmund Books is the culprit. An eyewitness account will be enough for this. An eyewitness? Yes, that will certainly help your case. Mr. Wright, did you have anything to say? The defense believes Mr. Books is innocent, Your Honor. Eyewitness or no eyewitness, the amount of physical evidence against him is rather weak. If you ask me, the prosecution has a rather shaky case. We'll see. We meet again, right? Looks that way. You're not still sore about losing the Cergalante case to me, are you? Losing? Pah, this is hardly about losing. A man like you doesn't deserve to stand at that bench. You may have fooled everybody else here, but I'm not blind.
This again? Are you ever gonna drop this?
Fuck no. It would be an injustice for me to simply forget about your past. I won't be satisfied until the true Phoenix Wright is exposed.
How'd we end up with this guy again? There has to be 1,000 prosecutors in the city. What are the odds of that?
This is how it always goes, Maya. In my world, they're apparently pretty good. The prosecution requests that the defense please refrain from chatting amongst themselves, as this trial needs to begin.
It's your idea to start bickering, you fucker!
Oh. Please limit your bickering with your aid, Mr. Wright. What? But I wasn't the one who... Who you'll be calling as your first witness, Mr. Williamson? The prosecution would like to call the detective investigating the crime. Very well, bring him in. Please state your name and occupation.
Mark Waters, I'm a homicide detective. I've been working on this along with Mr. FBI agent.
The FBI is involved with this?
Well, I guess Webb was some kind of high-profile criminal. Agent Togamera is apparently taking his death as a chance to search the house.
So you are helping this FBI agent?
Well, it's technically two separate investigations. I'm checking out the murder, and he's trying to find stuff on whatever Webb was doing while he was still alive. They do kind of overlap at times.
My, that's certainly confusing.
Tell me about it.
Luckily for us, only one of the two matters right now. We are here to determine whether the defendant killed the victim, nothing more. Yes, I suppose so. Is there anything else we should know about this Mr. Williamson? We've received reports that Mr. Webb worked for the Rivales family. I tried looking into it, and I'm afraid that I'm not permitted to speak much on this matter. Ah, yes, those people. I know what my brother would say about this. He would say, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Well, I am. This man is obviously guilty. The victim is not the one on trial. Oh, right. Well, the defendant is obviously guilty too.
Your Honor, perhaps we should start the trial before we jump to that conclusion?
Indeed. Now let's get to the point. Please tell us where your team has found Detective.
Yes, sir.
So, like we discussed last time, if you need a break in voices, I can voice Phoenix for you.
Please do Phoenix for now. I am losing my voice.
Damn, already?
Yeah, I'm having to juggle 4 voices that are very different from each other.
Right.
So, I mean, the victim was shot in his bedroom. After that, the killer set fire to his place before escaping. We got lots of calls about the fire. The building is still intact, but now all our evidence is destroyed.
Also, for the record, you asked me off camera about my own tier list.
Oh, yeah.
Viewers, if you're watching, check out Noah's tier list on cases.
Thank
you. Sure thing. If I could make a tier list on soundtracks, what we just heard was the Spirit of Justice cross-examination music. I have it ranked pretty low. The Dual Destinies cross-examination music is way better, and I was hoping we'd get that.
Well, was there different music before?
Previously, we used to hear the cross-examination music of Investigations 2, the one that went da 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 da.
Yeah, so did Rothpa change that, or is this a change that was made in the soundtrack?
Patch.
I'm not sure. Oh, okay, that's what's going on. All right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Everything's been modernized.
I can change that if I want, so I can go and snoop through the files, I guess. But yeah,
We can do that for another recording.
yeah.
But I believe that any questions we have can be cleared up in the cross-examination. Mr. Wright, please begin.
Yes, Your Honor. Now, I do like the Spirit of Justice cross-examination music, but I will admit the Investigations 2 cross-examination music is much better. Okay. Let's just go ahead and start this.
Could you tell us some more about how he was killed?
Not much else to say. You shoot a guy in the face, he tends to die, right?
People die when they are killed. Do you know what that's a reference to?
No.
Fate Stay Night. Anyway.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess. Come on, Waters, don't be like this.
I'm gonna be like this.
How far was the killer from the victim?
It couldn't have been more than a few yards. There were gunpowder burns around the wound, and besides, it's not like that room's too big to begin with. So the killer had to have been in... Oh, wait, no, that's you.
Do you want your voice to get a break or not?
No, I do. It's just that, like, it's instinct.
I know. The killer had to have been in the same room with him. What happened next? How extensive is the damage?
Most of the building's still intact. It was really just the bedroom that took the brunt of it. Here, take a look.
Oh my, just look at that place.
The forensics team took this. I think the picture should speak for itself. We're lucky the fire department was able to get there as quickly as they did. Otherwise, there might have not been anything left. The fire would have woken up the neighbors anyway. Most of them were already awake. The loud music coming from Webb's place did a good job of that.
Loud music. The youth of today. No respect for others. Speaking of that, I realized something while going back through editing. So.
Oh, yeah?
Pure Madness says, haha, yeah, you losers have a good night. I've got a plane to catch tomorrow. See you in a week. And the masked girl took a trip to England for about a week, I believe.
Aha!
8/24. I don't know what date it is. But something tells me it's probably her.
You mentioned last video that you did recall something about a trip, you just couldn't remember where, and now you found it.
I looked through the chat log way too quickly. I was doing this, just I don't know what I was doing, but I needed to take it a bit slower. But I figured it out eventually. The court accepts this photo as evidence. Please continue, detective.
What did people say about it?
That the house was burning and that somebody should do something about it.
Anything else?
What? Like there's more to say when your neighbor's house bursts into flames? They were just calling to report a fire, man.
Were these calls before or after the complaints about the music?
They were after, I think. Yeah, they were definitely after. It would have to be after. Nobody's going to be complaining about loud music when there's a building on fire.
Did you get any other phone calls besides the ones about the fire?
Yeah, we did get one more. Somebody called in and said that Webb had been killed.
That must have been from Little Miss Nameless.
He kept a transcript of the call.
Oh god, a phone call transcript. Please tell me no one impersonated someone else in this one too. Hold on. Okay. 911, what's your emergency? Hello, I'm calling to report a murder. A murder? What happened? I just saw a man get shot in his bedroom. Can I get your location? I'm on Upper Middle Street. I've got to go. I think the killer may have seen me. Okay.
It's all in there if you need to know more.
Thank you, detective. I'd like you to update your testimony with this information.
Got it. But only one about a murder. Couldn't really tell you why.
Ah. What did the caller tell you?
What did the caller tell you?
Oh, shit. Fuck. That Webb had been killed, not much else.
Sure, more was discussed than just that. Did you give some details?
He was kind enough to give you that transcript of the call. How about you read it yourself?
Well, I already did. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really say much else.
There, was that so hard?
I can read just fine, thank you.
It's good to know you can still read, right?
Hey, this can't be just a coincidence. I know he's reading my mind or something.
No, Phoenix, you just display every single one of your thoughts on your face. You have no poker face.
Yep. He's not reading your mind, Nick. Sorry, I forgot. How did you...
Please continue, Mr. Waters. Wait. Okay.
All your evidence is gone?
Not all, really. Just a good chunk. We still picked up some DNA and traces of fingerprints. I'll get to those later. At least the house is still around, though. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had much of a crime scene at all. Rather pointless if you aren't able to turn up any evidence in the first place. Yeah, I guess.
These are just the basic facts of the case, so there shouldn't be too much wrong. No, but knowing Waters, there's probably something out there that he hasn't considered yet. Maybe not a contradiction, just clarification on something. I'll have to point that out to him.
Okay. The victim was shot in his bedroom. How much evidence we got? Okay, only 1.5 pages. And these two don't even count. The victim was shot in his bedroom. Autopsy report. Forehead at close range. 3:30 to 3:45. Okay. After that, the killer set fire to his place before escaping. Okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. We got lots of calls about the fire. That makes sense. But only one about a murder. Couldn't really tell you why. I mean, I'd probably be able to tell you why, because the music was too loud.
Aha!
Nice!
Good job.
I think I know why nobody else called about the murder. It was because they didn't know.
It was because they didn't know.
Oh
The
shit,
music
that's
was
you.
playing too loudly for... Poor Noah. The music was playing too loudly for anybody to hear the gunshot.
I'll realize eventually. Oh, well hey, I guess that makes sense.
I think the music was being played so that the killer could cover up the noise of the gun.
Why, yes, I get it. That does raise another question, though. Wouldn't that draw attention to the house? The police were already getting calls before anything ever happened.
No, the police would have been rather occupied once they finally...
Did you forget? Okay, alright.
Wait, did you not hear me?
You just said finally, and then you didn't say the last word.
Oh. Well, there is no last word. It was ellipses, wasn't it?
No, it just said finally arrived.
Maybe there's a problem. Maybe the Discord stream is delayed. I never saw the word arrived.
Huh. Well, I imagine they'd be pretty preoccupied with dealing with a fire. So, I can't remember if I saved or not. But let me just... The house is on fire. Fuck you. God damn it. I'll get it eventually, guys.
The house was on fire. Would have been too distracted to bother with anything else.
So the fire was used both to destroy evidence and as a means of escape.
Exactly.
Well, this is all good. Now that you've pointed this out, I won't have to do it myself later. I would have rather hoped that Waters would be able to deduce this by himself. Hey! But I'm not seeing how it points away from the defendant.
He's right. What I've just said could apply to anybody, including Mr. Books.
Mr. Williamson, I trust you have evidence pointing to the defendant.
I do, Your Honor. There are several factors which incriminate him as the likely suspect. Mr. Waters can cover this for us. Detective, please tell us about our case against the defendant. Righto, boss. The defendant and the victim knew each other very well. Books had a falling out with the victim recently. That's the motive. We found traces of his DNA in the house. He was also the only guy who ever visited Webb's home. To top it all off, he doesn't really have an alibi. Short, sweet, and to the point, I guess.
I see, so there was both a motive and an opportunity. This isn't looking good for the defense.
No, it isn't. Fortunately for me, none of it is actually solid evidence. Still, I'm gonna have to find a way around it.
Okay. Well.
How would you describe the relationship between the two?
I mean, you don't know yet.
That's not exactly what I said.
Ha! Looks like I'm one step ahead of you this time, man. This is great. I actually have the upper hand here.
Oh, proud of yourself. Just answer the question.
But I'm better than you. Well, if you have to know. The two were more or less best friends. They've known each other for years.
If the two were so close, then Mr. Books wouldn't have killed him.
Not quite, because you see,
What can you tell me about this argument?
the two got into some sort of fight about a week ago. Books did something to piss off Webb. Webb told him not to try contacting him again.
Well, rats. I was hoping they wouldn't know about this yet. Wouldn't that be more of a motive for Webb to kill Books?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Not the other way around?
Who can really say how mad Books was, right? He would have been really hurt by it and wouldn't be thinking clearly.
Sometimes because they're upset, people will do things that they immediately regret. Occasionally, this involves hurting those closest to you. The argument was a very emotional experience for Mr. Books, and he was clearly disturbed by it. An emotionally charged crime. I would find this easy to believe. Things like that happen all the time.
I guess I can't argue with that.
No, you can't. However, a motive isn't enough for a conviction. Perhaps we should also discuss the other points against the defendant.
Right, so as I was saying,
I thought you said all the evidence had been destroyed.
well, I didn't mean all of it, just most.
A little bit that wasn't just happens to incriminate my client.
Fire didn't spread to the whole building, so it's not like he got rid of everything. Book's fingerprints and DNA were all over the place. So you see, that proves he was there.
They were friends. Of course he'd been there before.
Wait for it, man.
Oh no, here it comes.
Okay, I'll press that in a second, but they haven't really clarified where his prints and DNA were.
No, they have not. Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? Yep, we questioned the neighbors. All of them said that they'd never seen anybody but Books going there.
All of them?
All of them! Books and Webb were the only two.
He doesn't sound like a very social person at all.
He wasn't. None of the neighbors knew Webb well.
Well, I mean, except for the girl, but
He seemed to be making a point of avoiding them. Some didn't even know his name. Because nobody else knew Webb, it's doubtful that anybody would have reason to want him dead.
Well, what about the Rivales family? He worked for them. There's plenty of bad people in there who might hate him.
The family has very specific ways of conducting murders, so we don't believe it's them. Not any other organized gangs left, so it wasn't a turf war.
Somebody in the Mafia is always gonna have enemies.
Perhaps. But the point remains that nobody's suspecting them to be involved. Until we have reason to, there's no point in bringing it up.
I might have to let this go for now. It seems way too suspicious to just forget.
yes, I see. Please continue.
No alibi?
Nope. All he could tell us was I was at home. Books lives alone, so, you know.
Nobody can confirm that he was actually there.
Yep.
Lack of an alibi doesn't automatically prove him guilty. But it certainly isn't helping me here. Hope there will be some way around this. Their case isn't as strong this time. It really isn't. But that's the problem. I'm not seeing any holes here. There isn't much being presented, so there isn't much for me to object to. Well, I suppose that's good for us. Kind of.
As you can see, there are plenty of reasons to suspect the defendant.
I suppose so. It's not the strongest case I've heard, but it does seem to point to him.
You know, all these points are fine, but there still hasn't been anything solid. It's all circumstantial evidence you have against him.
Huh? That's where you're wrong, man.
Detective, do you have some definitive proof that the defendant was the killer?
Oh, you bet we do. We got an eyewitness.
That's not definitive, but okay.
You saw the whole thing happen.
This will certainly add to the prosecution's case. Let's hear it from her.
Why are you laughing like a Kingdom Hearts villain? What's going on here?
I mean,
What's so funny?
You've seen how this witness was during the investigation.
Oh, fuck. Oh, god damn it. Now I know what's gonna happen.
You knew she was coming.
Yeah, I knew she was coming. I just didn't think about the fact that it was gonna be difficult. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna take Phoenix back. Do you want to voice her?
Oh. Well,
Or do you
I'll
want
try.
Or do you want me to continue voicing her?
You choose. What would you prefer? Your Let's Play.
It is. Do you have a voice ready for her? That's my first question.
I hadn't planned on this. I can try to find something. I can do something similar to what you were doing.
Let's just go.
Actually, wait a minute.
Huh?
I've got it.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
Oh.
Please.
Before I do, have you ever seen the reboot She-Ra and the Princesses of Power?
No, I have not.
Okay, then I can't describe the voice that I'm going to use, but for those of you in YouTube who are watching this, if you have, I'm going to give this witness the Mermista voice.
Okay. I don't know what that is. I'm going to be surprised. Please state your name and occupation. Here it comes. I'm finally going to learn it.
I'm a regular user on AF.
Perfect. Fucking perfect. Amazing voice.
Thank you.
I wasn't aware that internet junkie was a career.
That was neither your name nor your occupation.
So,
What?
I'm a witness. I saw the crime. I'm testifying about it. Isn't that all you need to know?
I'm sorry, but no. Name and occupation, please.
Neither of those are important to the current situation.
Goddamn, she's stubborn.
You were much more cooperative in the interrogation yesterday. Let's be reasonable. Name and occupation.
Let's see. Nah.
Of course. I just
Oh,
I
Williamson.
just know Williamson is
When
so
we're-
mad right now.
When we're finished with this witness, nobody's ever gonna take you seriously again. You dragged this person into this court.
What? Miss, I'm going to have to ask you too. Mr. Williamson, are you alright?
Name and occupation now.
Nice.
Okay. Wow, this guy's scary when he's angry. I had to pull out my inner Brisbane for that one.
Beautiful. Well, if you must know, I'm a university student.
Thank you. Now your name? You know what? Fucking never mind.
Wow, he's giving up that easily.
Sometimes it's just not worth the effort.
The prosecutor guy's right. I did see it. I'm your decisive witness.
Well, I think that we should hear about what you saw.
Okay, Mr. Judge. Here you go.
This is gonna be a load of bullshit.
Yep.
Oh god.
I was up late that night. I've been browsing the webosphere and chatting with people. Suddenly, I heard a loud bang. I turned to the window and saw him standing there over Mr. Webb.
Well?
Oh my! I'm sorry you had to see that. It must have been a very traumatizing experience for you.
Yeah, I'm all distraught and stuff.
Wow, I can tell. She says without a hint of emotion in her voice.
If you don't mind, I would like to start the
A cross-examination, yeah, I got you covered there.
You cut me off! I beg your pardon?
You're gonna have Mr. Wright ask me some questions, right? As an avid member of AF, I know exactly how this works.
Oh fuck. She's gonna know all my strategies. She's gonna ruin everything.
I know what I'm doing.
That's what I'm scared of.
Right. You seem to already have a handle on how the court works.
You might say that.
Well, perhaps that would make things easier for us. Well, easier for maybe us, but not Mr. Wright, certainly. It's going to make things very hard for him.
I sincerely doubt that, Your Honor.
You may begin.
Have fun!
Her shirt changed. Okay. Wow. You were up late at night. That's so much information. How late?
It had to have been about 3:30.
33:30?
Sorry about that. Somewhere around there. Give or take an hour or two.
God damn it. That's quite a time frame.
Well, I don't really remember the exact details. I wasn't paying attention to the clock.
3:30 is a good enough estimate, judging from the autopsy report. It's accurate. Yes, it would appear that way. Please continue.
Okay. The what?
The webosphere? Don't tell me you don't know about it.
I believe that she means the internet.
Oh, is that what you kids are calling it nowadays?
Bro. 57.
Kids? How old did she say she was again?
She didn't.
Wait a minute. Could somebody explain this internet thing to me? What does it do?
Oh god, Judge. Oh god.
Your Honor, I'll explain it all to you after the trial. We have better things to be discussing right now.
So, anyway, as I was saying...
Okay. Do you think that bang was the gun being fired?
Well, of course. What else would it be?
A firecracker? Are you familiar with the sound a gun makes? Maybe it was just a loud noise.
Well, no. I haven't had too much experience with guns. Maybe you're right.
You're leading the witness. We both know a gun was fired. There's no reason to suspect the noise she heard was anything else.
Objection sustained. Unless you can prove the noise came from something other than the murder weapon.
Do I have anything to prove that the bang didn't come from the gun? I mean... no, not really.
Alright, we can always come back to it.
I don't think I can prove that.
I see. Please continue, miss.
Let me see what statement that was. Okay. By him, you mean my client, Edmund Books?
Uh-huh. That's the man. I've seen him go into Mr. Webb's house before. I can recognize him.
This can't be right. Mr. Books said he was in a completely different part of the city when it happened. Did she really see somebody else? Or is she just making this all up? I would have liked to say it's probably the latter.
Hope I'm not making things too difficult for you, Mr. Wright.
Oh, fuck off. Not really. Not yet, at least.
Okay. If you're ever having trouble, just let me know. And I can try and make things easier next time.
Oh, she's such a troll. Somehow she's managing to sound both polite and condescending at the same time.
I don't know if I was able to sound like that.
No, you were. You were sounding very condescending.
But
I was
not
up-
so much polite.
Yeah, not really polite. I was up late that night. Okay. Makes sense to me. Suddenly, you heard a loud bang. You know... Turn to the window and you saw him standing over there over Mr. Webb. I mean, I do want to clarify if what you said here actually happened if you think the killer saw you. This evidence proves that the witness is lying.
Mr. Wright, I think I have a word for situations like this.
What's that?
Wrong.
Okay.
Hey now! I'm supposed to be the one who hands out penalties.
Alright. I guess we can't clarify that. Then I guess it must be something else. Right.
You're gonna be so... Oh,
Huh?
Okay.
I'm gonna be so what?
You're gonna be annoyed at yourself when you find out the contradiction.
Are you serious? Okay. Alright.
I'm speculating that you will be.
I mean... Let's see. Let me check this. Whoever does it will play some music really loud. I mean... I still don't think this is it. Like, I mean, I guess it could have been the boombox, but it just played music. It didn't play, like, a sound effect.
Right?
I mean, maybe it could have played a sound effect, but there's nothing to suggest that it did, so... I'm gonna try the boombox with I Do. I'm gonna try it here. I'll try it at least.
Of course you do.
Alright.
Let's see it. What did she supposedly hear?
Because, you know, Never Gonna Give You Up is known for gunshot sounds.
Okay, hey, listen, I'm just trying stuff, okay? I'm just trying stuff.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
Okay, let's start. From the beginning again.
All
Let me
right.
check profiles as well. Let me just skim through these. He has little to no respect for the dead. Yeah.
We know that.
Can't really blame him, I guess. Okay. I don't think the profiles have anything to do with this. What does this say? What's today's date? I don't know what today's date is.
It's okay.
But I feel like perhaps she might have been in England when this was happening, but I don't know what the date is, so I don't know if I can prove that.
That would be so effed.
What? If that was the contradiction?
If she was in England, and so she's making all of this up, including the fact that she's a witness.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of something she would do, but honestly, I don't think that's the contradiction. I don't know where I was going with that. A crudely drawn picture.
Yep.
Caught fire the night he was killed, and it happened right after. I mean, I guess what I can bring up is asking whether she heard the music or not, because that happened right after he died.
All right.
Wait, let me think. I need to get the timeline of this in my head. So, he was killed, then the boombox went off, then the house was set on fire. Did she not notice the fire? Okay,
Good try. Good try.
boombox this time. Not the boombox this time. Okay. Doesn't have anything to do with anything yet. That's not going to come up until later. At close range. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty stuck here. I would like a small hint.
Sure. Let's see. A hint about evidence or a hint about statements?
Hint about evidence.
The boombox is what you want to present.
Okay. The volume dial to maximum. You were up late that night. You've been browsing the webosphere and chatting with people. No, the boombox would have been on before the gunshot to hide the sound of the gunshot. So
Aha!
she probably would have heard the boombox first.
There you go.
And she didn't mention that, did she? No! Nice. Oh, you didn't hear a gunshot.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. We just discussed this with Waters, actually. The music playing in the victim's house was too loud for anybody to hear the gunshot.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. The house is very close to the victims. The noise would have been much more noticeable from there.
No. We know that the music was already playing before the gun was fired. If that's the case, her attention would have already been drawn towards the house. It couldn't have been the noise of the gun that caught it.
Oh my, that's right.
She should have been focusing on his house long before he was shot. But according to her testimony, that didn't happen. Was she just ignoring something that the rest of the neighborhood noticed? Because I'd find that rather hard to accept as well. So what we have to believe from this is that she heard neither the gunshot nor the music.
Is something funny?
I'm sorry, Mr. Judge. I guess I just remembered something. It wasn't the gunshot or the music that made me look over there. In fact, I didn't even realize that there was music playing in the first place.
You what?
Really? How could you not know that?
I had my headphones on. They blocked out all outside noise.
How fucking noise canceling are your headphones that you can't hear a gunshot or loud ass music? My god, woman. The volume must have been...
I hear loud bass coming out of some cars sometimes.
Yeah. The volume must have been really loud for you to not notice something that the rest of the neighborhood did.
Yeah, it was.
You know, it's very bad for your hearing to play music so loud. You shouldn't do that.
Sorry, I'll remember that in the future.
I'm not buying this story. At all. There must be some other explanation. The only question is, can I prove it? Can I prove that there's another explanation for why she didn't hear the music? Is that what this is asking me? The question wasn't very clear.
You
Fuck
can
it,
say
I'm gonna
no and see what happens.
Well, I made a save. I'll make another save.
Okay.
I don't have anything to disprove her story. I'll just have to watch and see how this plays out.
Well, even if you weren't able to hear the gunshot, we still need to know how you saw the crime. I think that's very important.
Yes, perhaps we should hear a more detailed account of what you saw. Please tell us about what you saw the defendant do.
Yeah, okay. I'll try not to forget anything this time.
Just don't take any Benadryl and you'll be good.
Benadryl should be paying you, man.
Had to make at least one joke this episode.
As I said, I was surfing the net on my laptop. I saw some movement out of the corner of my eye. I turned to the window and saw him standing by the wall behind Mr. Webb. He was holding the gun, which was still smoking. After that, he ran away.
That is a confusing testimony. Okay.
As you can see, this ordeal with the headphones was just a small misunderstanding. She must have gotten confused.
Sure, whatever you say, Mr. Wilson.
It's Williamson. That's Williamson.
Oh, isn't that what I said?
Let's just start the cross-examination. And please try not to mix things up again.
Don't worry, I would never dream of upsetting you, Mr. Wilson.
Here goes round two,
You're
I guess.
You're a witness, Mr. Serious Man.
Mr. Serious Man. I think that's even in his profile.
Your reputation's never gonna be the same after this shit.
Okay. I mean, I kind of want to see what happens. Let me make a save here. I want to see what happens if I say I can prove something. You're lying.
If you're going to accuse her of perjury, then show some evidence.
Oh, I will. This shows that she was able to hear the gunshot. To be honest, I think that this is kind of a dead end, but...
You ain't got nothing.
My badge! So let me get this straight. You just made a huge deal out of her not being able to hear the gunshot, and now you're going to try and prove that she did.
Yeah?
Right, that's about what I expected.
I take it this doesn't prove anything.
No, I'm afraid not.
That was delightful. I'm glad I
Good.
did that. Okay, now back to business. Could you tell us a bit more about this?
What about me browsing online message boards?
Yes, I'd like to hear about that.
This is completely irrelevant. What she was doing online has absolutely nothing to do with the murder.
So you say.
We don't need to hear about it, and I'm sure that we don't want to either.
Sustained. Although I am curious to know what you were doing with a net on the top of your lap.
Huh. Okay. I mean, that's kind of funny considering that I'm... okay, alright.
I'm sure it is. Save it for after the trial.
Well, if you insist.
Ned, what were you doing on her lap?
Ah,
I
ah,
had to.
Good job.
Can you describe what you saw?
It was just a quick blur. It got my attention, so I looked over. That's when I saw him.
Where were you when this happened?
In my house.
I'm going to have to pry every single answer out of you, aren't I?
Sorry.
Perhaps you'd care to answer this question properly?
Well, you see, we have this window in the living room on our main floor.
I call bullshit. It happened upstairs.
It gives a good view of Mr. Webb's house.
Even Williamson's like, this is bullshit.
So she was in the living room?
That's what she said, at least.
Witness, please update your testimony.
As you wish, Mr. Judge.
Okay. Where is this window?
In our living room.
I know that. Could you be more specific?
Well, you know how the two houses are kind of facing each other? The living room is on the main floor. If I look out the window, I can see his house. I do remember a window there.
Looks like she isn't lying about that. This statement still seems shady, though. I wonder if there's more to it. Are you sure it was my client?
Are you sure it wasn't?
Damn it! Was there anybody else in the room with them?
Not that I saw.
So there's still a possibility.
Nah, I didn't see anyone else.
That's not what I asked.
Even if there was another person, it wouldn't matter. Isn't that correct?
Yup. Mr. Webb was still dead.
So he was already dead when she looked over. Now this I'm confused by. He was holding the gun?
That's right. He definitely looked like a guy who just killed someone.
Hey, just because he was holding the gun doesn't mean he shot it.
I think I recall a case or two where somebody was tricked into picking up the murder weapon.
Let's not jump to conclusions, Your Honor. As far as we know, there wasn't anybody else in the room. We have no reason to believe anybody but the defendant fired the weapon.
What about Mr. Webb? He was an evil criminal after all.
I highly doubt this was a suicide.
Oh, well, if you insist.
Where did he run to?
Just away. You know what I mean?
I guess I do. Not much else to say here. Do you remember which direction?
Away.
That's not a direction.
prosecution's case is resting on almost entirely on her testimony. There has to be some way to take it down.
Well, we already know she isn't exactly trustworthy. Just keep showing that she's a dirty liar, and there's no way the jury will believe her.
There's a blatant lie hidden somewhere in this testimony. Now to find it. It's just like... I don't get why she's doing this. Like, this is such an obvious lie. Like, what she's been doing are just obvious lies. I don't get it. Why is she doing this?
Well, the first one, it took us a while to track it down.
Well, yeah, a little bit. But, like... She's just... constantly lying. I don't get it. Wait, where's the... Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can see the house from it, but you can't see where... Because he died upstairs, so, like... No? Okay. On the main floor. That would be the first floor, right?
Uh-huh. What's the matter?
I can't
Talk to me.
really... I can't really prove this, because, like...
What?
I can't contradict this, because she's saying that
Why not?
there's a window in her living room. She can see the house from it, but she can't see upstairs, but I don't know how to contradict that, so...
Well, do you have evidence that... in which it's stated that the crime took place upstairs?
No, I don't believe so, but I'm pretty sure it took place upstairs, because we wanted to go
Check
upstairs,
everything.
but we couldn't.
Like
okay.
everything, there's got to be something that said it. Examine everything if you have to.
That doesn't really tell me anything. Crime scene on second floor. There it is. Okay.
There you go.
Took me a second.
All right.
That thing, my 8-year-old granddaughter could draw better than that. Well, artistry isn't one of my client's high points, but I think this picture does show us something very important, and that's that she couldn't have seen the murder. This little doodle, despite all its faults, is a fairly accurate representation of the layout of Upper Middle Street. From where she was, our witness couldn't have looked into his bedroom.
Just a second, Mr. Wright. Wouldn't that map prove her right? It clearly shows that the two houses are facing each other.
Actually, Your Honor, you're looking at this the wrong way. On this piece of paper, that might be the case. However, this crime did not take place in 2 dimensions. The victim's bedroom was on the 2nd story. Her living room was on the ground floor. From that angle, it would be rather hard to see anything, especially if the killer was standing by the wall as she says he was.
Oh my, that's right.
From the ground floor, it's impossible that she saw the crime take place. At the very most, she would have seen the victim dying, but definitely not the person who shot him. I don't see how she could be making an accusation to anybody.
Miss, your entire testimony is resting on you knowing it was the defendant. If you were in your living room, then you wouldn't be able to see him.
Well, yeah. Guess so.
Oh my fucking god. Ugh! How can you admit that so casually?
Well, I said there was a window there. I never said I was in that room.
Oh my fucking god. What? Why would you even mention it then?
Witness, the testimony was a bit misleading, don't you think?
Was it? Sorry.
Fucking get her out of here. Get her off the stand.
This all could have been avoided if you had been more clear. We'll have no more of that. From now on, I want you to not put in anything like that again.
Okay, sure.
You weren't in your living room, so where were you?
I was up in my bedroom on the second floor. There's another window facing that direction.
I see.
This is ridiculous. Are we really going to continue this testimony?
Mr. Williamson, your witness's actions have been rather questionable. From this, I can only imagine that she might end up hurting your case. Do you wish for us to continue with her?
Bro, come on. Your reputation.
He's having to think about it.
Your reputation is online, man. Just drop it, okay?
Your Honor, the prosecution requests a recess.
Fair enough.
What for?
Just give me 30 minutes. We can have this cleared up by then.
Oh, so you do have evidence to back up her claim.
I do. I stand by a statement that she witnessed the murder. What room she was in at the time is irrelevant. As irritating as she may be, she remains the prosecution's witness. I trust what she has to say.
How can you trust her?
It's a prosecutor's duty to trust his witnesses. Even if you don't agree with me, I believe you can at least respect that.
I guess I can't fault him for that. It's the same way with me and the defendant, after all.
Well, we'll have a brief recess. Court shall resume in half an hour.
Sorry, Noah. I forgot there was a recess.
No, it's fine. I don't imagine there's much left to this court section, so let's just keep going.
Let's see. I'd say we're about We've got maybe 40 minutes to go.
Huh?
You heard me, 40.
You cut off for a bit, but 40 minutes, you know what, that's fine. Alright, let's just keep going.
Alright. I really don't like that guy.
He's not my favorite prosecutor ever.
Not him, the other guy.
Wait. The judge? He's not so bad.
No, the other guy, the one who was testifying.
Oh, Waters. Oh, that was a woman.
Come on, Phoenix Wright. He said he was a member of AF.
What is going on here?
There aren't any girls on the internet.
Oh my god. I take it back. I don't like you anymore. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Not a single one.
Wow. I thought that was a joke, but apparently he really believes it.
Mr. Books, I'm a woman, and I know how to use the internet. That's different.
Speaking of that, Maya, did you find out anything last night during your 8-hour splurge?
Not really anything related to the case, no. As of this morning, I'm officially a VIP on the site.
How did you become a VIP that quickly?
I told them that I was the Karain Master. They were really excited to meet Maya Fey, Ace Attorney's assistant.
So in other words, they're more excited about your connection to me more than they are about you.
Come on, Nick. There's some really nice people on there. Some of them are even offering to help advertise for the reunion.
Really?
Yeah, there's already a bunch of people around the world working on it. They're making new flyers and everything. Trucy and I will actually be able to get some sleep.
I'm speechless. They managed to coordinate that overnight?
Isn't it amazing how people who've never met each other can come together for a common cause?
You know, it kind of is. Maybe I was wrong about the group.
So all you people watching this video from around the world, Noah might one day set up a Patreon, and then you can...
Huh. I mean, I might set up a Patreon. That might be a good idea. Maybe. Thanks for the idea there. Wait a second.
Glad I could help.
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, what are we looking at here? By the way, I know I already have a voice planned for him.
I have a feeling I know this guy. I've seen him on the box art.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
If you look at the box art, so viewers, if you look at the box art or the thumbnails for these videos, you see Phoenix and Trucy and Williamson and this person.
Is the prosecution ready to continue?
Yes, Your Honor. It just arrived. My associate here can explain everything.
Hey, all.
May I ask who you are?
I'm helping Obadiah with his case. Sort of.
Sort of.
It's complicated, isn't it, Obi?
This was the guy speaking at the end of the last case. Correct.
You remember the affectation I gave him?
Yes. Obi? Haha. Doesn't look like Williamson is too fond of that one. Huh?
You needn't disparage your long-term memory ever again.
Okay. All right.
To remember that obscure of a detail, that is commendable.
Okay, all right. Maybe the Benadryl isn't as effective as I really thought. Please discuss with us what you've brought.
Right, so I have some stuff that'll lay the smackdown on Wright's case. Obadiah asked me to bring in some evidence for him. He had me run and get it to you during the recess just now. These are the blueprints for the second stories of both the victim's house and the witnesses. As you can see, there's indeed a window in her bedroom that faces Webb's house. And you can also very clearly, easily look into one building from another.
This is completely off topic. But I just realized I could set up a Patreon to help me make a fan game. Wow. What do you think about that?
Nice. We all still on the same page?
Yes, it looks like she was telling you the truth. After all, I'm surprised.
This might really hurt my case if I let them present this. Do I have anything that can counter it? Objection. This drawing is clearly better than whatever the hell that is. No, no. There's no reason to object to it. I say let it be presented. We can find something else wrong with it. Whether or not those plans are accurate doesn't matter. What matters is whether or not Miss Mask is lying about seeing the murder. I'll have to just let them continue and hope everything works out.
The court accepts these 4 plans as evidence.
Let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Did you need anything else?
No, that will be all.
You sure you don't need me to run some more errands for you? Laundry? Groceries? It's not like I'm doing anything important right now.
I don't trust this guy. No, you can go.
See you, Obadiah. And right, I guess I'd better keep a watch on you too, hadn't I? And he's gone, just as quick as he got here.
I don't like him.
I wonder who that was.
Well, I mean, I do like him. I like his personality, but I don't trust it one bit. Just somebody who knows Williamson, apparently.
I believe we can continue the testimony now. Let's start off where we were before the recess.
Hi. No, I'd
Back.
like to... Huh?
Back to pure madness, assuming that's the same person.
You know what? I want to try something, actually.
All right.
I forgot to make a save there, but whatever. Let's object to the blueprints. Let's see what happens. Hold it! You can't let them use that.
Why not, Mr. Wright?
Those blueprints aren't accurate. There's no way she could see out her window.
Oh, right. Obi told me about you and your antics. Press, 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 bluff, bluff, bluff.
You never learn, do you? Let's just get this over with. Show me your evidence that proves the schematics are faulty.
Well, excuse me, if you would take a look at this drawing, you can clearly see it's way better. This proves that the blueprints are wrong.
Huh? How does that show anything?
It doesn't. He's just making things up, like usual.
Ah, never mind then. I thought he might have had something.
Well, maybe not.
I'd say definitely not.
You know, I actually feel like there might actually be something here, because that didn't sound like a normal... That just sounded like a regular failure conversation, but I really don't think there's actually a way to disprove anything there. So let's just, I'll cut this out. I forgot to make a save when we got to, where she comes back. So, okay. Now we're back. Let's make a save.
Now, I'd like to remind you that you are currently under oath. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Please don't try to mislead us anymore.
I'll do my best. No guarantees on anything.
I feel you, Obadiah.
Your case, Williamson.
Also, I'd never commented on this before. What the hell is she flipping around? Is that like a bean sprout? What is that?
A leak.
A leak. Oh, like Far-Fetched. Okay.
I hadn't even thought of Far-Fetched. That's nicely done.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that we just say the same things over and over again, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's a little confusing how it doesn't save this.
I'm guessing we have to do something... Actually, I won't say anything.
Okay.
I'll let you do the thinking, and you talk to me if you want to browse ideas. Spitball.
Okay. Let's see what else there is. I feel like there should be something new to press now that... I believe this got updated, actually. So there should be something new to press. Where's this window?
In my bedroom.
I know that. Could you be more specific? Oh, wait, no.
Well,
It sounds
this is
kind of like
familiar.
the same dialogue. And you're sure now that you were actually in that room?
Well, duh. I wouldn't mix up something as simple as that. Not like I could see in there from my living room or something. Even though you claim that.
Well, technically she didn't. I mean, she got around through a loophole, but whatever. I really don't think there's anything new to press, or... I mean, this is the only new thing I got, so I mean... Well, his computer is kind of in the way there.
Shall I tell you
Tell me what?
what to do?
Well, I'm not stuck yet.
Okay.
I'm just thinking aloud. I'll actually ask you if I need some help.
All right.
I feel like maybe the blueprints, because I mean, yeah, the computer's in front of the desk, but now that I think about it, I don't think the desk in the computer would be so big that it would cover up the wall behind him, but I'll try it for the hell of it. Okay,
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I'll press this again and see if there's anything new. Okay. Nah. Wait, so he was already dead when she looked over. What should I do with this? Ah, add it.
Nice.
I think this is very important. I'd like you to add it to your testimony.
Anything for you, Mr. Wright.
Of course.
Mr. Webb was slumped over on his desk. I think he was dead.
You think? How do you know he was dead?
He just had that look about him.
Oh my fucking god.
Plus, blood was everywhere. Nobody could lose that much and still be alive.
No. So you're an expert on gunshot wounds now?
So you're admitting that she did indeed see the victim with a bullet hole in his body
Well,
while he was alone in the room with your client?
right?
Yeah, let's not pursue that.
No. She said that there was a lot of blood, but that is not a lot of blood.
Nice.
That's like a tiny amount of blood. I don't know if she didn't say that there's a lot of blood in this, so I don't know if this counts, but I'm gonna try it. Hell yeah. You're lying again.
Well done. Oh no, not again.
Whatever shall I do? Huh? Yes, again. You said you saw Mr. Webb slumped over on his desk, but that's impossible. If you look at this photo, you can clearly see that the police tape is laid out on the floor. I mean, that too. He didn't fall over on his desk. He landed on the ground.
Oh my, that's right.
Witness, care to enlighten us as to how you messed up something as simple as this?
I'm not lying, I swear.
Perhaps you can explain this little inconsistency then?
Well, you see, he did slouch onto his desk at first. He was face down on it.
Then you shouldn't have known he's dead.
Then, after that, his body kind of fell back over onto the floor. So, I was telling the truth.
Do you expect us to believe that?
Now, Mr. Wright, there's no reason for us not to.
There's plenty of reason.
Oh. Problem.
You're the problem. There's a big problem with that, and I think you know what it is. The victim couldn't have been face down on the desk. Yeah, because the killer would have had to be right in front of the window for that to happen. Because he was shot in the forehead. And at close range at that. You say he landed face first? I say you're lying.
Why's that?
The autopsy report says he was shot in the forehead. That means that he was facing the shooter when he died. And according to your own testimony, the killer was standing over by the wall. He was facing away from the desk. There's no way he landed face first on it. This testimony contradicts even the most basic facts of the investigation. She didn't see this murder any more than she heard it.
Owned.
Order, miss, did you make this up?
Oh no, Mr. Judge. I wouldn't dream of doing that.
Why does she keep saying dream? She keeps putting emphasis on that word.
I just mix things up.
Well, please watch yourself. I've got my eye on you.
Not like that means much around here. Damn.
Damn. Well, that was fun, but it didn't get us anywhere.
What? Really?
Huh?
That really didn't do anything?
Nope.
What the fuck?
Trollololol.
This is bullshit.
Wait. Made from a public payphone. Couldn't have fucking seen you. What the? But where would I put that? And is that even relevant right now?
Unless you make a statement about her calling the police, it's not.
I mean, it might be relevant right here. No. Fair enough.
Nice try.
Okay, Phoenix, give me a hint. You know what, Maya? I think after this case, I might just retire. Go back to playing the piano.
Don't do that, Nick. She isn't that bad.
I mean... she's not as bad as Old Bag. She is, Maya. She really is.
At least she's not Betty to fame.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Did we ever get clarification on this? What is this? It was just a quick blur. Got my attention, so I looked over. That's when I saw him. And you were in your bedroom when this happened.
Doy, we've already been over this a bajillion times.
Yes, that was the whole point of having the recess. We only had to do that because your witness doesn't want to get her testimony right. Okay, maybe what we have to do is just press everything again. We pressed that. We pressed that. We pressed that just now. I can't remember if we pressed this or not. Yes, we did. It's already been added. Move on. We pressed that. I can't remember if we pressed this or not. Let me make a save here. That's right. You definitely look like a guy who just killed someone. Hey, just me, it's me, shot it.
Yep, we went over this.
Okay.
Yep, we saw this.
Okay. After that, he ran away. This is the last thing that I have to press. He went away. Be more specific? Okay.
He ran the opposite direction from me. He ran away.
If you look at the floor plans, there really is only one direction he could go. That was out into the hallway.
There, now we're using the blueprints.
Okay.
That's not true. He might have jumped out the window. It was only the second story.
You would have seen that, and you haven't said anything about that. Why? Why are you coming up with alternate theories for this?
Mr. Ride looked like he was having a hard time.
Because of you!
I thought I'd help him out.
You're just making things more difficult! Brisbane's literally about to explode.
Yup.
I appreciate the offer, but I can figure out things myself. Miss, did the suspect jump out of the window as you say he did?
I never said he did. I just said he might have.
Okay, jokes aside from my actual anger, like my joking anger, I find this character really just so charming for some reason. Even though she's really annoying, I just find her charming for some reason.
I'm so glad.
You saw it happen. Why would you suggest any other way?
Jeez, sorry.
Well, this achieved nothing. Add it. I think we should add this to the testimony.
As you wish, oh wise master. I saw him run out of the bedroom and into the hallway.
Let's see about that. Did you see anything after that?
No, he ran away.
What about while he was running away? Did he do anything strange?
Well, he was running away from a crime scene. That's suspicious, right?
No, that's not what I... Ugh. Was there anything odd about the manner in which he ran away?
He ran away into the hallway, and then he turned and went somewhere else. Is that what you mean?
No, not exactly. Where did he turn?
There was literally only one direction for the killer to run. I could tell you myself which way he went, and I wasn't even there to see it.
This does seem a bit pointless right now. What should I do with it? There's so much stuff to add. Just, okay, I think that this is very important. I think we should add it.
Really? You sound like you're doubting yourself.
That's because I am.
Very well, the witness will amend her testimony.
He ran off into the room on the left side of the hallway.
Oh, so it just... Okay. Okay, so it just shifts, I guess. I accidentally went through again. Okay, hold on. Okay. Did you see what he did after that?
No, he ran away.
Okay, you know what?
Nick, take it easy. Don't lose your cool. That's exactly what she wants.
I'm about to turn into Brisbane. You know what, Maya? I think... Okay. Alright. Well, let's see. Is that the way you go? No. You would go to the right. This fucking witness.
Indeed.
Well, no. I mean,
not?
Well, I mean, the killer could have gone into the room on the left, but why would they? They should have just left. There, you did it again. Oh my god.
Did what?
Look at the blueprints that were just given. If he were to turn left into the hallway, he'd run into a closet. That wouldn't be much of an escape now, would it?
It may not have been intentional. Perhaps he didn't know that the room led there.
I doubt that was the case. With as much time as Mr. Brooks spent there with his friend, one would assume he had a basic idea of the rooms in the house.
Well, then are we to assume that he knew the building perfectly? In that case, perhaps he went there to... wait.
Wait, what, Mr. Williamson?
I think he's just realized the problem that this creates. If Mr. Brooks was familiar with the house, as I'm sure he was, then he would never have ran into a dead end like that, especially not on that night. Especially not on that night?
Yeah, you know, the night that... What
I
was
don't
happening
s-
that night?
I can't remember.
Well, let's see. That night, something very bad was going down at that house.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously a murder, but...
What else?
I mean, I guess, like, the plan? This
What plan?
The plan to take him down.
What else?
What? Fuck, why can't I remember?
Maybe looking at the evidence will jolt your memory.
No, not that. I mean, he drew the house, but that doesn't correlate to what happened. I mean, the fire, probably.
The fire.
He wouldn't have gone into a room where he would have been trapped.
Yep.
I seem to recall there being two very big things happening in the building at that time, and the killer's very life depended on avoiding both of them. One was the noise from the boombox. It was already drawing the neighborhood's attention to the house. Staying there any longer than necessary would have risked him getting caught. The second was even more serious, the fire. If he wasted his time by hiding out in some closet, he might have been burned to death. Whether or not the killer was Mr. Books, there's no reason he should have done anything other than getting the heck out of that building. Ugh.
Sorry, prosecutor man. I guess I just got it mixed up. I can never tell my left hand from my right.
I take the time to bring in those floor plans to cover for your mistake. And you mess things up for yourself again this quickly?
Eh.
Ugh. I wonder how big the grin underneath that mask is right now.
As big as the Austin face.
Oh my god, just how many times are you gonna lie to— I was about to say, if that went right back to the testimony, I would have fucking lost it.
Jeez, what is it with you and these baseless accusations? What did I ever do to you?
I'd hardly call exposing multiple flaws in a single testimony to be baseless. I've just shown the court two separate reasons why you couldn't have seen the murder.
Yes, and I would have to agree with this. Mr. Williamson, I don't suppose you have anything to defend your witness.
Your Honor, I have tried defending her. She seems perfectly content to continually make things worse for herself.
Giving up already, Mr. Wilson?
Not quite. It's apparent you wish to be completely unpredictable, and I can play that way too. Your Honor, the prosecution requests further testimony from the witness. No!
What do you wish for her to speak about?
At this point, he's just gonna give her a shovel.
I only ask that she give her own defense. Beyond that, it is up to her.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Williamson.
Wow, he just doesn't fucking care anymore. I don't blame him. Yes, you heard correctly. I'm giving the witness permission to speak freely.
Without having any idea of what she might say?
It's against my better judgment, but she's already completely out of control. She's managed to willfully ruin every bit of planning that I put into this case. Perhaps it's just time to see how she tries to justify things herself. Uh-oh. I'm already getting goosebumps from this.
Well then, let's hear from you again. You already know what Mr. Williamson wants. I don't believe it should be too hard. Please give us your justification for your actions here today. And if possible, a refutation to Mr. Wright's claims.
Hey.
Okay, alright. What bullshit are you gonna come up with now?
I guess I might have been very confused when I saw the murder. It was rather surprising to actually happen. You see, I kind of had some super secret special knowledge. I heard beforehand that he was planning to kill him. I didn't take it seriously at first. By the time I realized he meant it, it was too late. It was really terrifying to see him die. So you see, I just got the facts messed up because I was stressed out. Say, you know what would really annoy me if I were a lawyer?
Do tell.
Penalties. Lots and lots of penalties.
No. Don't do this shit to me, please. That would do it.
How about we give a penalty for every time you press something that I don't think you should?
Well, actually, I think that would be up to me.
It's a great idea, and you know what? We're doing it.
Oh my fuck.
Oh, well, if you say so.
Judge, no! Oh, for the love of God!
This case has gone full.
What the fuck? Ah! This is... Man, and I thought the pressing penalties in the Sergolante case was ridiculous.
Huh, at least that gave us the option of press further.
I feel like this one is important, maybe? What was this super secret special knowledge?
You know, Mr. Wright, you really need to pay more attention.
I should?
Yeah, if you did, then you would know that I was just about to talk about that.
Oh, I don't suppose we could just let this one pass.
Nope.
It's a good thing I have save states.
Yep.
Okay, you heard beforehand that he was planning to kill him. Let's try this one. Wait a second, you knew that?
Yep. That's what I said.
If you knew something was going to happen, why didn't you report it?
I didn't think he'd actually go through with it. Mr. Books, I mean.
Who told you that he was going to kill the victim?
Mr. Books himself, of course.
What? Why would he tell her that? This is going to look terrible for us. What should I do? Wow. Quite the decision here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's try adding it to testimony. We have to start somewhere. Witness, I'd like you to add this to your testimony. It might be very important. Definitely helps my case. I can't imagine why you'd be interested in it, though. Hope I don't regret this. When did he tell you that? Do you two know each other?
He told me it online. We've never spoken in person.
How did you know that Mr. Brooks and Mass Noob were the same person?
I found out about the same time I realized that Bad Player was the victim.
Right, well, you still haven't told me about that either.
Haven't I?
I'm going to have to force this out of you, aren't I? I didn't get a penalty for that one.
Nope. I mean, we added a statement. It clearly mattered.
You know what? I kind of want to try putting that link into my Google and see what pops up.
I hope you don't regret it. I have no idea what will happen, honestly.
All right. The music may cut out for a little bit because I got to pull up Google.
All right.
Okay. Okay, let's see what's going on here. God damn, it's taking a while to load. Oh my god. Why? Okay, have you seen this before?
I have not. Well, yeah, I have no idea what that link takes you to.
It takes you to a picture of a derpy-looking Sonic.
Oh, Sanic.
Yep, yep. I'll go ahead and send it. I'll send it to you as well. All right.
Oh my goodness.
That's hilarious. Yeah. that's what it goes to.
Oh,
Rafa. I really
the
thought
internet.
that I really thought that was going to be something important.
I wouldn't have.
Okay, well, I mean, come on. It might have been important, but I guess not. That brings up the question of who the admin is now, because Pure Madness is probably the masked woman.
We have reason to believe it.
I don't know if I can contradict this. I'm gonna try the chat log. You mentioned that my client talked to you about planning to kill the victim. Would you by any chance be referring to this conversation?
That? Yeah, you got it.
What's this?
A week ago, there was an argument online involving both the suspect and the victim. Death threats were made. It's likely that they were related to the murder.
Death threats? Oh my.
Looks like you've just managed to secure yourself a guilty verdict, right? I never thought you would be foolish enough to present something like that.
Yup, it's perfect proof that he was planning to kill him.
Maybe, but it's also proof of something else. There were multiple people in on it. Perhaps only one killed him, but all the others can be considered accomplices.
How horrible of them to all gang up on him like that.
Even if I read that topic, I couldn't connect it to some... I still couldn't connect it to some random crime. How was I supposed to know that they were related?
I can answer that too. This is how you were able to connect the two events. Wait. Wait. What does she mean by her connecting the two events? Or is it just saying in general, how would someone connect these two events? I'm gonna try the boombox, because they talked about playing music really loud. Look on here in the 7th page. The users talk about how they would use music to identify the crime.
That would be
The boombox?
Exactly. Once she realized what music was playing, she remembered her previous conversation. That was how you were able to identify.
Just so you know, you also could have gotten here by presenting the chat log again and then pointing out page 7, which mentioned them intending to use music.
Oh, okay. Well, that was how you were able to identify Mr. Webb as bad player, and my client as mass noob.
Huh, you do catch on. But you know, there's something you haven't answered.
And that is?
A motive. People aren't gonna care enough about some flame war to actually kill someone. They'd need a bigger reason.
Wait, but you already know...
Show it to me. Show me proof that something else was going on.
Okay. Now I am a bit confused. I mean, stalking someone seems pretty bad to me. That seems like a pretty good motive. Well, it's just web stalking, right? Huh. I'll try it. Here's your proof.
Nice.
the same chat log. Mr. Wright, do you really need to keep showing us that over and over?
Yes, apparently I do.
This conversation tells us that the victim had been accused of stalking other site members. Well, we do know that he was a shady person.
Let's keep in mind that we're discussing a murder here. It doesn't matter who he was or who wasn't stalking. Killing him was simply uncalled for.
Oh, I know, right? Those idiots should have known better than to discuss something like that online. I'm glad we caught Mr. Books. He's really the only one who could have done it.
Wait, are you expecting me to... We literally just covered this. Do I really need to do this again?
To what again?
Don't try and act all innocent. You know exactly what you're doing. What do I have that proves Mr. Brooks isn't the only suspect? Bro.
Yep.
The chat log. Again.
You do seem to like showing that off, Mr. Wright. Almost as much as your badge.
Not as much as I'm going to enjoy reminding you of the fact that Mr. Brooks wasn't the only one to participate in this argument. There were several others involved as well. He was definitely not the only one to have a motive. What exactly is so funny this time?
It's just, you went through all that, and you still haven't disproven my initial testimony.
Oh, fuck, she's right. I've exposed all your lies so far.
Yeah, I had a few tiny mistruths here and there. My statement is still the same as when I called the police. Mr. Books shot Mr. Webb. What are you gonna do about it?
So you're the one who called the police?
Oh yeah, totally.
Well, that causes a few issues.
Called them right from my room after I saw it happen.
Okay.
Easy dub.
That's such an obvious lie. I still don't understand why she's doing all this.
What? What are you doing?
Williamson seems to think differently. I think you're lying again. Why? You didn't call the police. Not unless you happen to have a public payphone in your room. It says on this transcript that the call was traced to a public phone.
Gasp, you caught me.
What the fuck?
Miss, I beg your pardon, but what were you doing trying to lie about that?
Sorry.
Sorry.
Perjury is a serious crime. You can get in a lot of trouble for that.
After everything today, I don't think there's a person in the room who trusts a word you say anymore. What would make you do something like this?
I'm with Williamson on this. I don't get why she's doing this.
You really want to know?
Yes.
Hey, I killed him.
Excuse me? What?
That's right. I did it. I'm your killer.
No. This makes no fucking sense. What the fuck is going on? Did you really?
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm fucking baffled. No way. That stupid giggle. She's lying again. What are you doing?
Confessing.
You didn't kill any... Wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did they set all of this up just to have Phoenix do a case for them? Is that what they're doing here? Because she keeps lying. Because she keeps lying for no apparent reason.
That would be. That would be crazy.
I mean,
and yet that's That's an amazing idea for a plot.
Well, seeing as you've said all that, I'm guessing that's definitely not what's going on here. There is a more serious plot and something more sinister at the bottom of this, but I mean, from everything that I've seen so far, you can't blame me for thinking that, right?
Sorry, I said something to quickly influence your thinking.
No, you're all good, but you can't blame me for thinking that, right? Because it kind of makes sense
no
a
way.
little bit.
Yeah, it does. Nick, you can't let her do this. She's gonna destroy her whole life.
Ugh. At this point, I'm fully prepared to say not my problem. It would guarantee a not guilty verdict for Mr. Books. But yet, if I do let this through, then the real bad guy will get away. And as horrible as a person as she is, I don't think she deserves to be put away for murder. And of course, Maya would be mad at me. Curse these morals of mine!
It's tough being the good guy.
Yes, Mr. Wright.
Your Honor, you can't accept her confession.
It's just not good enough for you, is it? Nothing is.
This is ridiculous. What on earth would make you do this?
What? The murderer? If you really want to know, I can tell you.
Oh, God. Another one. I killed him! Bwahahaha!
You're right. I didn't see it from the safety of my own house. That's because I was there in his room, killing him myself. I did it for the lulz. I threw the blame on Booksy because I knew he would make an easy target. So you see, I'm totally guilty.
What the fuck?
Well, at least you're admitting your guilt. This will make things easier for us.
Your Honor, do you actually believe this?
I've seen many witnesses break down and confess at the stand. This woman's lies have been exposed and the truth is finally coming out.
Hold on, we still need to cross-examine her.
Are you sure, Mr. Wright? This confession only helps you.
I could easily walk away from here and let her suffer for her own idiocracy. Idiocy. But then an innocent person's life would be ruined and the real killer would walk free. I can't let this happen. Yes, Your Honor, this testimony is a joke.
Well, if you say so.
Right. Cross-examination. You know what to do. Wow. Even Williamson's asking us for help. Even he's tired of this shit.
Who wouldn't be?
I think that much is clear by now.
Aha! So you admit I killed him.
I didn't say that. No, and you shouldn't either. What should I do? Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. I don't think this statement is going to help me. In fact, nothing in this testimony can really help me. You didn't do it. Stop this.
You can't fight the truth, Mr. Wright. I'm a bad girl.
Well, yes, you are. You're not this bad, though. What should I do? Huh.
You know, if pressing further might just get us penalties, but aren't you the least bit curious as to how the dialogue will go?
I'm gonna press all of these eventually. I'm just pressing them as like I'm doing preliminary presses first.
All right.
That's what I'm doing first.
All right.
I'd love to hear this one. For the lulz?
For the lulz. It means I had no real reason to do it other than to make me laugh.
You never laugh. That has to be the worst murder motive I've ever heard.
Except for when she goes tee-hee.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, let's see you disprove it.
I'd like to imagine those are sarcastic laughs. They're not actually her snickering or anything. As much as I hate to say it, she's probably right.
Okay, we'll get to all this in a second. That's rather sick.
Yep.
You feel absolutely no remorse?
Nope.
I think that might be the first thing she said that's actually true. What should I do? Okay. Last one. You're guilty of giving false testimony, but that's about it.
Are you sure about that?
You know what? This is stupid. This is really, really stupid. Okay. All right.
Nick, you know she really didn't really do it. You can't just let her walk up right to the gallows like that.
Man, I say that Darwin's law is just taking its course, okay? This is
Indeed.
absurd. Why would anybody lie about committing murder?
I can't answer that for you, but you have to prove she's making it up.
I've had a hunch all today that I would need to bring something up, but until now it's been just that, a hunch. Thankfully, her lies and general uselessness as a witness have proven that hunch true. What hunch? Hunchback of Notre Dame?
You'll see.
Okay, well, let's just go ahead and start pressing through these. If you weren't in your room, then where were you?
I already told you I was killing the guy.
Oh, right. Oops.
Oops is right, Mr. Right.
I can't believe I'm in this situation right now. Neither can I, Phoenix. Why would you admit to a murder you didn't commit?
Oh, but I did commit it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Nuh-uh. No, you did.
That's enough. I won't have you pointlessly bickering with the witness.
Honestly, you're not much better than she is. You know that, right?
Please don't say that.
Shut up.
Okay.
Help us. Why don't you dick?
He doesn't want to deal with any of this. That's why he threw it over to us.
Ugh.
You'd have to be pretty messed up to consider kicks and giggles a legitimate motive.
Come on, Ropfa. You can say shits.
The shits and giggles.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty messed up. Sorry.
You keep saying you're sorry, but I don't think you actually mean it.
No, you're right. I'm not.
Ha! Well, then that proves it. It proves.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Fuck. You didn't even know Mr. Books. How would you know he was an easy target?
He was the only person anybody ever saw going into that house. That makes sense.
Yes, I suppose it does.
So, you know, sorry about this whole mess. I should have come out and admitted everything earlier.
Ha, ha, ha.
No penalty for that.
Oh, you might as well make a save there. Are you sure you're guilty?
I'm sure you're not sure that I'm sure about something.
Uh-huh.
I don't think my poor old mind can quite understand what she just said. Mr. Wright, you brought this upon us.
No, hey. Well, I guess I have to
We
prove
have
something.
never
here.
been in a trial like this. We will never see another witness like this.
I'm a little
hope
sad to hear
not.
that, actually, because this is kind of fun.
Well, I guess we have to prove something here.
Oh, I think you know what to present.
No, I'm actually lost this time, to be honest.
It's what we've been waiting to do this entire time.
No, not the laptop.
Why not?
I mean, yeah, it says that she was there, but... Well,
And yet, she says she was in his
there.
house.
I guess that is what we've kind of been wanting to do this entire time.
Yep.
Hey, take this. I had a hunch this would be it, but up until now, that's all it was. I did actually have a hunch there. Like, I went over the computer, like, subconsciously.
Indeed.
Luckily, her actions and words today have been enough to convince me it's true. Time to expose her for the fraud that she is. You say you killed the victim, but that's not possible. Have you forgotten already? Oh my god, this music. You spent last week overseas.
Destiny's pursuit theme.
What? That's right. She was in England. Fuck, this music is so good. I have an email to prove it.
There is.
She wasn't even in the same country when the murder took place. Dual Destinies is a flawed game, but its music is fucking incredible.
But
Damn
how
right.
did we checked her alibi? I
Witness, if you're in Europe, then you can't even be connected to this case.
Not so fast, Mr. Judge. Take a closer look at that email.
Not so fast.
It doesn't say the dates that I was there. Who's to say I didn't go a while ago?
No, it doesn't.
right. There's no reason we can't assume she went some other time.
Not true. I have something else that tells the exact date she left. I've been waiting for this shit.
Yes, we have.
That. Oh wait, no, that's you.
That thing again.
Yeah, you keep making me pull it out.
Do you really need to keep showing us that?
Uh-huh. This time I do. One of the users in this log mentions that they were flying somewhere the next day. They also mentioned that they were going to be gone for a week. They would have returned exactly on the day the murder took place. The day you contacted the police. You are that user. You are... I mean, I already know the answer, but... Admit it, pure madness. It wasn't you. You weren't anywhere near the victim when he died. As she's pointed out, the email doesn't mention the exact dates, so I can't conclusively prove that she's the one. However, after her deliberate attempts to mislead us today, and her complete lack of knowledge of the basic facts of the crime, I'd say it's pretty safe to assume that she did not see anything.
This is huge. How did the police force manage to miss this?
Miss Williamson, I'm a bit disappointed in you. You normally conduct your investigations very thoroughly.
I am sorry, Your Honor. I don't know what went wrong.
Miss, this court demands an explanation for your actions.
Out with it!
What is that noise?
You'll see.
Oh, is she about to start laughing?
What the? What?
Oh my...
You guys should see the looks on your faces. They're just so...
I fail to see how this is funny.
That's the point. You lawyer guys with your fancy suits and crazy regulations. Grinding your gears has just been too easy.
Oh my god. It's all been for nothing!
Truth be told, I didn't even know the guy was dead until I got back. And saw all the cop cars by his place. I'm actually surprised that any of them believed me when I said I saw it. I'm glad they did. This was totally worth it.
I think I love her.
Wait, so you made everything up? This is all a joke to you? This isn't funny!
Jeez. Courtroom, serious business.
Yes, it is!
You just accused a man of murder.
I never had any intention of actually getting him convicted. If I had, I probably would have just come clean, and then you would have all had to do a retrial.
You retrials are not something you toy around with.
This is uncalled for. Lying under oath is a serious offense.
Why would you do this?
Well, to quote myself, I did it for the lulz.
Oh my fucking god.
This is... God, I can't believe this!
Bro. She is literally rolling on the floor laughing.
Yep. Wrathful mouth. I think there's a term for this, isn't there? Waffle.
Raffle. Well, that was an eventful first day.
Your Honor, I am truly sorry for what just happened. The prosecution should have seen through her lies during the interrogation earlier. I don't know what happened. Her story checked out perfectly before. We triple-checked. We wouldn't miss something like this.
I am rather disappointed, but there isn't much we can do about it.
It wasn't just her, though. The police have a reputation for not always getting the job done. But this is bad, even for them. Something big must have happened to cause them to miss this. He's not here.
In any case, you might as well have the jury declare their verdict.
Wait, what?
You have yet to prove your client's innocence.
Dude, get off of it! Okay, that was actual anger there. That was actual anger there. I actually got so mad for a second.
Yeah, you don't have a case, old man.
You've proven that the witness was the biggest waste of time in this court's history, but not much else.
Actually, if we take that into consideration, then there's something very important we have learned. If your decisive witness ended up being useless, then you're left with only circumstantial evidence. I may not have proven his innocence, but neither of you proven his guilt. You have no case!
I believe he's right. Neither side has presented a compelling argument. Therefore, I have no other choice but to call for an extension to this trial.
Now, as you wish, Your Honor.
Court is adjourned.
Yeah! That was awesome! Can I go home now?
No. Sorry, Mr. Brooks, but you're not off the hook quite yet. The prosecution hasn't given up its case. You're still the main suspect.
But you did so amazingly! How could they not side with you?
I've managed to extend the trial. This ought to give me enough time to unravel everything. The main things we learned today were about that dispute on AF. I'm sure Williamson underestimated its importance earlier, but now he'll realize that there's so much more to it. My guess is he'll be focusing on that today. I better do what I can to keep up with him. Oh my fucking god, that was amazing.
I'm
Holy
glad
shit.
that you had fun, Noah.
Like,
Are you sad that you didn't get to voice her?
a little bit, but it was really fun playing Brisbane and Phoenix just being so tired of her bullshit. I'm honestly really glad that you voiced her, actually.
Oh, good.
That was...
I did it. I did it well.
Yes, but that was fucking ridiculous, but that was also probably the most fun I've had playing an Ace Attorney game, like, not forever, but that was really fun. I don't know why. She was ridiculous. She was everything that I should hate about these games. but somehow it was so bad that it came around to being amazing.
It's that something like that doesn't resonate with everyone, but for the people it does resonate with, it is a home run.
But I have to say I am a little worried now because the fun and games have come to an end. And you said that this case will make you cry, or will make me cry, so I have a feeling that this next investigation and trial day is probably not going to be very happy. So,
Yeah, I hope you. There have been a lot of hijinks throughout these first 2.5 cases. It's gonna get dark.
oh god. Well, we're going to get to that next time, but in the meantime, if you've enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a like, a comment, or a subscribe, and we're going to get to all of this next time. Holy shit, I'm so excited.
See ya, everyone.
Oh my god.
Maybe making you cry is a strong word, but things will definitely hit downer notes.
You've played through the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles games, right? Or you've at least seen them?
I've seen pretty much all of the first. I have not seen much of the second.
Okay, I was going to say something. There is a moment during the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles 2 that, like, actually made me cry. Like, I actually shed tears. But...
Oh, wow.
But, like...
Okay, let me think. Was it when Baroque found out the truth about his brother?
No, it was not that.
Oh, okay.
It was a different moment. I don't want to say it in case you've not seen it before, but...
All right.
But yeah, there's very few games that can actually make me cry. So I would imagine that whatever happens next probably won't make me cry, but I'll hold off judgment until whatever happens, because I might be surprised and I might actually shed some tears.